Hey, good afternoon. Yeah, we're afternoon, right? Yeah, 126. All right, hold on just a second. Just wanted to pop on. We did have that warning, but I had a bit of a crisis going on here. Nothing too bad, but I had that image thing, that issue. So we should be live now. And yeah, so it was just a screw up on my part because I'm bad with graphics stuff. So we had a severe thunderstorm warning. I was watching for sure to make sure I didn't have to jump on with that as there was a tornado possible tag. But that small cell has now moved up into, I believe I always get confused when they're out of here, Caldwell Parish. There you go, Nick. You're going to get it one of these days. So yeah, I saw a request for a live stream and I figured even though we don't have any active warnings in the area, let's go ahead and take a look at things. Let me see. Watching intently. All right. All right, cool. So we do have that line of storms that is moving in from the west. I'm just kind of pulling stuff up. It's what I do the whole time. I've considered just leaving this stream up so you can watch me, but my feet are up too much. So you'd be like, hey, this dude's lazy. Which I am, but when it comes to this, I am all about it. Just looking out at that Toledo Bend camera with the line coming in. It's just dark skies. No need to go over and take a look at that. I have not seen anything off the wall on that yet. Well, actually, I could have previewed that camera up there. I forgot that it's part of the show now. It just kind of sits there forever. So we did have those tornado warnings up here earlier. I know Reed Timbers on that storm as it heads out of Monroe toward Bastrop. And then we have some fairly active storms here just east of Shreveport. Now, that front is through Shreveport. Let's see if that's the actual Arctic front. Let me see what the temp is up there. Shreveport, you are now looking at 62. That was the last observation. Yeah, down from 72 at 11:50 or at 12:04 to 63 now. So it's cooling off steadily. They have wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. So looking at our local area here, we have the scattered storms that are out ahead of this main line, and then this stuff coming in from the west. And I see that question there. Are you concerned with road issues in the morning? Not terribly, but I commented, I think that was 105.7 that put out a post last night saying that I think Beauregard Parish was going to start putting sand down on the roads. And I thought they were talking about like the Thursday system. I was like, no, it's way too early to do that. Don't do that. But they're talking about what's going to happen tonight with temperatures dropping down into the mid to upper 20s. So while I don't foresee a big issue with the roadways, you always want to be careful with wet bridges, especially if you get down in the mid to upper 20s. So yeah, definitely something to keep an eye out for. I don't think it'll be a widespread problem, but I'm watching. I'm just going to kind of monitor that. What I'm also monitoring is this line of storms that's forming out ahead of the main one. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 little areas of rotation. This one was rotating. That's why they put that warning on it. It probably didn't do terribly much because it didn't quite mature there. But here we're looking at the reflectivity over the last half hour. I'll put that in motion. This is that little prefrontal convergence axis. How do you like that? That is where we are expecting the potential for severe weather to be greatest, is out in this zone right here, kind of ahead of that main line. This line, if we're fortunate here, would mainly just be 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts. And I know that's still a problem for some. Some of you would still lose power with that. But this back here is where the wind shear becomes more linear. That means it's going to be speed shear. We're going from 20 miles an hour at the surface to 80 miles an hour up at 10,000 feet roughly. I'm just kind of throwing numbers out. So you need that for a severe thunderstorm, but without the directional shear, it's really tough to get the tornadoes. Where we have the directional shear is out here, and that's where I'm watching closely for this as this line continues on toward the east. And really over the next few hours is when our main chance is going to be. If you're west of this line right here, I think they can go ahead and start peeling some of that tornado watch back out here, Crockett to Nacogdoches, and then up to Marshall, Texas, over to Shreveport. I think you guys are looking pretty good. Out ahead of this, that's where our main threat zone is going to be for the severe weather, and you can see we already have a lot of warnings going on up north. So just wanted to pop in, let you know what's going on. I've been sitting here staring at it, and we'll continue to do so. We can take a quick look up north, see what Brett sees. He's in Illinois now. I think he was into the heavy sleet. And yeah, he is somewhere on the east side of St. Louis there. snow and sleet mixed in. So there's a little winter taste for you. We're not going to see that out of this one down here, but we are going to see the severe threat. And I think we, again, cool off big time in the next couple of days, in the next several hours. And then in the next couple of days, it's going to be down in the 40s for highs, lows in the 20s. And then we watch that next system as it comes out. But we'll focus on that later. Got to get through the severe stuff first. And we're going to be doing that. And I'll be sitting here right in this chair. Might grab a little lunch briefly, but if things go sideways, what I'll do is set down that piece of chicken and come right live here. We'll talk about what's going on in the world of weather, because these storms are looking a little bit more interesting, getting a little lightning out of them, but still very small. So I'll be keeping an eye on that, and I'm ready to go live when needed. I will see you back